Live.
Buried alive. Buried alive. Ah, 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 buried alive. Buried alive. It all comes full
God.
circle, Stuart.
Sure, yeah. Uh, Benjamin Stone says, "Are we looking for most powerful, enjoyable, evil, etc., or what?" Here, it's up to you guys. You guys get to pick the the villain, and then you also get to vote on if they maintain the most the best villain status. So it's all based on what you guys think. Any and all of those things apply. Let's put it that way.
Because remember last week, Stuart, we invented a new formula, which was great. Uh, Simply put, you guys. It's like knockout tournament. You guys super chat your suggestion, and you guys vote on the winner of best. You could go for the best, but maybe start with some fun best, and let's see who keeps winning. Because it was really fun last time to see which were close and what were not close, and yeah, have a really. I think we had 50 votes per one. It was really interesting to see who has a throne at the end, or not a throne. Well, yes, Citizen Throne has a crown, because it's all different, right? Personal interpretation. And I will say, are we fair, Stuart, to include all three Khans? Cumberpatch, Seek, and Chest. Pecs.
Yes.
Because
So
they're all
Space Seed, Rathacon, or
Code Patch.
Into Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a Red Letter Media joke, isn't it? Pretty sure that's where I remember
Probably.
that from. So there is variations of villain. So we are looking at specific versions, right? So if you want, I think that's fair because they are rather the same character, its version as well, right?
Yeah.
Because there is especially with kind of distinct difference. Yeah. Do you have any definitions for villain? Can we go antagonist? I mean, I've got obviously your preference. Would you include Q? I mean, obviously, I guess it's up to them, but are you fine with things like Q because he's an antagonist, villain, blah blah? Do you have any lines for? Oh my god, what happened to the page? Ooh, YouTube changed. Sorry, continue.
You could put Q in, but yeah, he's not really a villain per se. And again, it's what you guys pick. It's also what you guys vote on to maintain as the number one position. So, if you want to put Q in, you can, but I don't think he really the term villain really applies to him. He might be in one of our next ones where it's like the not so great villains because we have one of those coming up because some tried to be villains but kind of failed. So it'd be the worst of the villains, I guess. But when you say worst villain,
It's a two-parter, guys. That's why he's.
it could be the best villain. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there would be most evil villain. That is a concept, but I was more thinking the least quality villain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like our Raffle. He's never gonna win.
Yeah.
Right?
Or yeah. All right. Well, let's go. We got Marco with $5. Goldicott, in my opinion, is the best villain in all Trek. Okay, maybe best is a bit subjective, but objectively, I think he is the most developed and nuanced. Yes, I would say developed and nuanced is absolutely correct. I I think there's somebody that's more evil than him, and that is Kai Wynn. She is a different kind of villainous evil. They both
She
have
will
their
kill
merits.
babies.
Yeah. Like I could be friends with Gul Dukat. I could hang out with him, have some canar, have a good discussion. You know, I would not be able to stand 5 seconds with Kai Wynn. I would want to punch her in the throat. As I said, it says Sam earlier, punch her in the throat with a bus because I just can't stand her.
It's just saying if you're the last man on Earth on Bajor, you still wouldn't.
Right. And oh, Sylvia's here. She says, "Win Adami. She is evil. LOL."
Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
And guys, remember, super chats are fantastic. We thank you so much. But if you PayPal them, we get a significantly higher portion of that support. So any idea, throw into that. Probably going to do 2-for-1 as well. So 2 ideas, but might go through them a bit quicker. But if you want to put in a thing, that is a really great way, as it does make a significant difference. So read straight around the poll, because fair enough.
Well, yeah, first poll. I mean, who is the best villain, Gul Dukat or anyone else? Well, Gul Dukat is winning this poll, so go vote.
Which is
if you haven't
interesting by
already.
itself, because that means he might win every poll. Because 55% versus any other villain. That's actually quite high. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, he's a very dynamic, nuanced villain. Like he thinks he did the right things in a lot of instances, or at least he convinced himself of that. And that's what the best villains are. People who don't think they're doing anything wrong. They just nobody else sees the situation the way they see it. And I think Gul Dukat is one of those that he convinces himself that he did good, and he might have thought that he did good at the time, or he's manipulating his own view of what actually happened to convince himself and others that he was doing good, even though in the instant he's doing it, that's not the case. And you don't know, like he's got mental issues for sure. He's definitely um he's got some problems, let's put it that way. He's split personalities disorder at times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sex
Yeah, like
cult,
he's
slave sex
yeah,
cult. I mean, he's not the best guy.
yeah.
Which
He's
is
got
kind
a
of the
lot
point.
going on. And he's a fantastic villain. He absolutely is. But Sylvia and I, yeah, we had this discussion when we were watching Deep Space Nine like years ago. I'm like, Gilded Cop might be the best villain in all of Trek. And Sylvia's like, no, Kai Wynn. And I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. She's one of those ones that plays nice, and she's like a Karen. She she tries to win you over with my child, and she tries to like she's got a very manipulative way about her. I mean, they both do, but anyway, we're not talking about her yet. Yeah, Gul Dukat is one of the most layered villains I think in all of Star Trek, and definitely gets his time to shine. Uh, so yeah, he's definitely up there as far as and the poll is tied. I'm just saying. Anyway,
So I guess let me jump in. Yeah, Goldie. It's funny because obviously a villain, but he spends about a third of the show as a hero. Not the literal sense of a good guy, but in the scenes he's in, he's working on the side of good. So
yeah,
he moves in and out so much, and at the end he's a dick with Kywin. There's an odd layer as well. He's not just to be pure evil, etc. Whereas a Khan or whatever might be more whatever. The fact he said that much is interesting, but he's so extra that he kind of goes out of the villain category for me. You know,
mhm,
like I get
mhm.
he's a bad guy, but he's kind of every guy. You know, like in the one episode we always refer to in Defiant, he's a good, nice guy. He's an upstanding Cardassian. There's not a villain and part of him, and he's also sex cult leader.
Yeah,
But he doesn't. Most of the time, he doesn't have that fun villainy. He's too layered. You know, like the female changing when she orders just to kill all the civilians. Like that's brutal. He's not as often that. He's everything else, right?
yeah.
So wouldn't be my top villain, but this is not about us. It's about them, and I'm in the middle of sharing, Stuart. So you can read out results, and then I'm sure he might win this first round.
He didn't though. 17 votes. Anyone else wins with 53%.
Tough. He's still number one.
We're gonna, since he's the first one, he's going up on the top, and then he'll be compared to the next person we get. So let's put him up there and see what you guys have in store. Olivia throws in $2. The worst villain in Trekyards is me.
Agreed. But that's not for Star Trek. It's the Trekyards. Haha. Loophole.
Yeah,
Haha.
you are the worst villain, but not the best villain of Trekyards. So
Yeah. Yes. No. Yes.
that's why the worst doesn't work, because the worst villain can be thought of by people
Sure.
as the best villain, but
Sure.
worst villain is the one that tries really hard and is not anywhere near evil enough.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
we had a whole thing about this earlier today. Anywho's, Olivia throws in $5. The Borg Queen. Okay, well, so first of all, I think this ruined the Borg. Uh, Adding the Queen in. I thought they were more scary before. There was a central figure or queen controlling them. Um,
Although
Now, is she
controlling
actually?
them, that's she is
Oh,
them.
yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Is she actually evil? Like, it's just her nature. She again, this is a villain that wants to, and she thinks she's doing the right thing, making everybody else as perfect as, like, bringing them into the collective, improving the collective, and improving their lives as well by being, part of the collective and being controlled. And so it's a good villain in that regard. But honestly, I think this really kind of ruined the Borg as far as being like a real threat, in my opinion. Because you got a queen, now there's an easy way to take you all out. Just take out the queen or queens. Not quite sure how many there actually are, because we kind of talked about this before. There might be a few around because there's a lot of Borgs in different sectors and stuff. So, but yeah, you take out the head, chop off the head, the rest will die. Kind of made the Borg less scary, in my opinion, and more of a thing that could be reasoned with. You can even make deals and treaties with the Borg, and they will, or the Queen will agree to your terms if it benefits her and the collective until she wants to turn on you. So I think they were more scary before the Queen showed up, or they were just mindless zombies, essentially. Um, so yeah, I don't think she's much of a villain in that regard. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Yes. No.
Yeah, well, yes, it's zombies can only go so far, which is why they abandon them so quickly, because
Yeah.
you can't keep doing that without doing something else, which is fine. Just you have to know that. So the Queen adds a ton of depth in that you now have motive, means, ego, the willingness to sacrifice, because you wouldn't think best of both worlds that a second cube would blow up for the sake of it to kill some people. But then when you see the Borg Queen do it, she means business. The collective will go further than whatever you thought. Whereas in Best of Both Worlds, they literally just sit by and don't do anything for 12 hours. Like there's a nothingness to its performance, whereas she can literally kill a million. It's fine. So really makes it much more evil and villainous, because now there's depth to the darkness. Especially as you say, she's the ultimate do-gooder. If you become one with the collective, you're going to live forever. You're going to explore the galaxy. You're going to have 1 billion to 2 billion friends per quadrant. And we have dance parties regularly at the Vinculum. You've seen them, So she's really, really, but she is doing the right thing from her perspective, and she's been grown or formed that way. So it's super
part of her
sincere.
nature.
Yeah.
Part of her nature. It's not like Gul Dukat, where he hopefully was raised with the knowledge of good and bad and chose.
I mean, you saw Chain of Command. They are raised with bad.
Yeah.
So she was definitely raised in that culture. But unlike Gul Dukat, she's killed multi-trillions. He's killed tens of thousands.
That's a good point.
And she will. So the villain, her reach is not even remarkably. She's done more harm in 1 second than he can ever do his entire life.
But has she done it, or the previous Borg Queen, which she got replaced?
But by saying in some form, an order Gul Dukat gives is no longer his action. What's he done physically, right? If you're using that as a logic, orders, are still commands.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is like Borg Queens get replaced all the time with another Borg Queen.
They blow up.
It's just their nature to do the things they do. Gul Dukat physically got his hands dirty on multiple occasions, not only just issuing orders, but physically got his hands dirty doing shit. So I think, as far as villains go, I would go vote Gul Dukat over the Borg Queen.
Yeah, I would say, just for pure destruction, I would say Queen. But then you're adding layers of just like, you've seen the chart. Like Gary Mitchell is a villain of an episode. He obviously hasn't got the power reach of a Borg Queen, so like you can't use that as pure one-on-one metric, because then no one compares, right? So that's up to the fans to decide. You guys have entire power here, both to submit and to judge.
Marcus says there is no previous Borg Queen. She would say herself, don't think in such three-dimensional terms. But we've seen multiple Borg Queens, so yes, she would probably say that herself, but she'd be wrong, so it's fine.
Yeah, he means physical bodies, not, as in you mean physical body, not in mind state.
Yes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's the same consciousness. Because the thing is, she's just a representation of the code of the Borg queue, of the Borg collective. So they just re-download right? She's an algorithm. She's an AI. She's just an AI who happens to have too many curves, or not enough curves. Yeah.
28 of you here, 22 likes. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. And also, don't forget to vote on the poll. We have 19, well, now 20 votes, which is a good place to stop.
Need a vote.
But yes, if you haven't voted on the poll, please do so. It'll be changing with each one we're talking about, and we need your input.
But this was close.
So,
this was close.
Yep. With 20 votes, the winner is Goldicott with 55%. So he edges out the board queen.
And yeah, move them out. Don't delete them. Just so we know we've got for the other live.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Love it. And we've got one PayPal as well, so you can choose which route to go.
I will go with the PayPal.
Brilliant.
Hold on a second here. Let me just pull that up. And thank you to everyone that does PayPal. It does mean a lot. So
we do recommend it. Thanks so much.
And everyone that super chats as well. Let's be sure.
So much.
All right. We got. Don't know if they want me to say their names. So $5, which is great, and gets 2 picks. Are we doing the 2 for 1? Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, it's fine. The Duras sisters,
which was the first
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell of a different place to go.
Ooh.
And I think that's fair. They always come as a bundle, so I'm fine to give that as a conceptual. There you go.
Yeah.
They're right up there. Oh, bam.
Yes, Lursa and Beethoven.
Who has less morals, right? Ducat or them? Because they have a lot of unscrupulous, descrupulous, whatever the phrases. They ain't nice people, right?
True, but they got boob windows.
They do.
So is that more evil or less evil? I don't know.
Yes. Just yes.
Yeah, they're more conniving than evil, would be my
best villain though, but evil is not necessarily the only metric, right?
I know. But it takes 2 of them, because without, it's just one of them, they wouldn't be that powerful. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're that bad as far as villains go. They can't do a lot on the grand stage. Like, they don't have the power of Caldecott or the board queen. They are basically scrappy, fighters that kind of need to, almost like a rebellion. They have limited resources, and they kind of use their power, their sexuality in some cases, to manipulate things and to just get an edge. And I can't see them being a massive threat or problem, really. It's very localized, easy enough to take care of, I guess. But so I don't know. I don't think there's evil.
Terms, how effective are those villains in the fun watchability of them?
Oh, they have an advantage, a few different advantages. Being female, being a pair of them, like, there's a lot of interesting aspects to them for sure. So they are fun to watch. But as far as villains go, I don't know. I don't see them as much of a threat necessarily. I wouldn't even call them villains. I'd call them bad guys. Like, there's a separation between bad guys and villain, in my opinion. So that's my own personal thought, though. So
yeah, I feel like Ducat would let himself be captured for the greater good of his plan. Duras sisters would say, F the plan, we'll do something ridiculous and crazy we haven't thought out that might cause huge chaos. Does that ring true?
I would say so, yeah.
So in that regard, they're more or less predictable, which I think is an important factor. And that does create dangerousness, right? But yeah, having a D12 bird of prey, that's kind of the best they ever have. It's not. But they do kill Enterprise D in a plan that, okay, it's also Soren's plan, but they do kill one of the Enterprises. So yeah, 19 votes, guys. At least 20 each time is 20. Oh gosh, how many of you are here? YouTube's changed from
27.
Oh, 33 according to mine. Vote now. 20 people we want to see. But yeah, vote, you guys. It's absolutely up to you. And we'll argue and see what you guys think. Oh, and Tim
One
Ross,
more vote, guys.
Tim Ross says, Ducat said he was the hero, but he doesn't think he really believed it. Yeah, maybe he thought he was a good guy, not the hero. Because heroes are relatively well defined in heroicism, and he was very rarely heroic. But a good guy is different, right?
Yeah. Did you call Tim Rose Tim Russ? Because I think you
No,
did.
but that's not a bad thing.
All right.
Well, 19 votes it
Still.
is. I mean,
Oh, 20. There's 20
hey,
now. So Goldicott wins with 75%.
that's okay. Slash, well done. I mean, last time we had a few that lingered for a while, so.
Yeah. And the other part of that PayPal was Khan from Into Darkness.
Yes, sure to be up there. I moved it there. Yes. Very different. With much nicer hair. Okay, let me start that poll then.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch does a really good job as a bad guy. Again, very intellectual, very kind of measured in his approach to things. He's no con. He's in fact John Harrison. So it's not. It's
Still pissed they
not con.
swapped that. Or a decade later. So great,
I know.
just random agent guys. Fine, works great. They ruined it by having been the famous guy.
Yeah,
for me.
He seems more compassionate and caring than the Khan we kind of get in Space Seed and Wrath of Khan, although not in the Khan audio drama. This guy seems more in line with the Khan audio drama and kind of taking care of his people because that's his focus. The 72 of his augmented family that Starfleet stole from him. It's a different motivation than what we got in Space Seed and Wrath of Khan, which is interesting, but again, I don't think he doesn't come across as much of a villain because he doesn't. I don't know, something about the eugenics wars with the other Khan just feels like he had more going on. I never get the sense with this one. It just feels like he's just had bad luck and is just kind of reacting to that. It's not so much that he tried to conquer Earth. Um, I don't know. I don't get that vibe from this particular con, if that makes any kind of sense. Um,
Some.
and it's not a villain in regards to Kirk like the original one either. This is somebody that's being used by Starfleet or Admiral Marcus, I guess, um, for his superior intellect. And I don't know. It's
I mean, he does try and murder in
just
cold
jump in
blood the
here.
entire Admiralty, so that's pretty bad.
Well, I wouldn't say that's the entire Admiralty. That was a pretty
Well,
small
sorry, the
group of
captaincy,
people.
and he did forward a plot that blew up a building and the underground, so presumably killed several hundred people in cold blood, kablooey.
Sure.
Just to save 70 people. So the needs of the many certainly outweighed the needs of the few. Yeah, Khan. I mean, yeah, I agree with some of what you said. He feels more single-minded than
Yes.
the Motabons, but it's because, I mean, bad writing, but also potentially because he's had time to adjust. He's fully now in this era. He's been awake, alive
That's true.
for years, potentially. He knows the world. He knows his place in it. He's had very serious surgery because that's real. He had plastic surgery. This is not his face. That they acknowledge that. Whatever. He's had to become a new man, hence why he's now a man of this era, using the skills and techniques of the time, and also clearly, with knowing that he's the only one out on the loose, unlike Ricardo Montalban, who was there to control a group of people. He was always the leader. He's alone, so he uses his physicality. He knows he's still 6% stronger than most people. He uses that as one of his weapons because he now has to single-handedly do a lot of damage. So he's brutaler, he's more single-minded, and he will more. I think he'll absolutely, unlike Benedict Cumberbatch. Ricardo Montalban. I think this Khan would take out his phaser and shoot you in the head and then walk away in 1.2 seconds and not even think. Montalban will say, you dare.
Yeah, I can see that.
You dare, look at me. And then the situation's already evolved. He's just a murderer because he has to be, because he's now an assassin. So I think he's way more brutal than Goldicott in a one-on-one. But also Goldicott's just weaker. He's probably smarter as well, but not more intelligent, if you know what I mean. Golducat's scheming intelligence, Khan's just smarter. He can do math quicker and logic quicker, but there's, different class of villain, right? You certainly wouldn't want to fight Khan. You could probably fight Dukat, as several people had, physically.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But yeah, again, not up to us. Just putting the arguments across. Yeah.
Let's see. We got 21 votes.
Beautiful.
Who's the better villain? Well, Goldukat wins with 71%.
Okay.
So
There you
sorry, JJ Khan. Shaka Khan.
All right. Interesting stuff. Next one's a nice
All right.
curveball.
Next up, Benjamin Stone, 5 pounds. One-off villain from to start Yelgren from Deep Space Nine. I hate Ferengi. You know what? Iggy Pop did a fantastic job with this role. Just his delivery. He makes a great Vorta. He absolutely does. I love the way he speaks, the calmness. I love that Iggy Pop, first of all, is a Star Trek fan and wanted to be a part of Star Trek. So, but yeah, he, again, very measured, very calm, very relaxed, always seems in control, never lets anything kind of phase him. I think he's a fun bad guy. Again, not so villainous, really, in my opinion. Because he's the one that's following orders somewhat himself. So just it's the acting from this particular. We needed to see more of him. I just loved his voice. I loved the way that he delivered his lines. He was just so calm and cool and collected the entire time. Even when things are going a little bit bad for him, it never really came across that it bothered him too much. Which is a good sign, a good thing for a villain, if I'm honest, to kind of keep their cool, calm, collected nature under pressure. So yeah, he's not going to beat Goldukat. There's just absolutely no way. But a very fun bad guy. I needed to see more of him, if I'm honest. I really liked him.
Well, he makes me think, in a polite way, pencil pusher. You know, he's Guy from Sector 7 who was phoned up and told to go to Sector 4 to lead a mission, and he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't care about you. He will look at your shuttle exploding and go, all right, first, let's do it. Right?
Yeah.
Because you are not worth it to him. Right? Not that he hates you all, he really doesn't. Doesn't care.
Yeah.
Right? He's got better things to do on Thursday morning in the shower than to be here with you. Better things to do. And it works, right? Which is not the same as the Lady Vorta from her first prince, which has more of a conniving vibe. She's fun. I mean, they're all fun, but she's fun. And of course, Wayun, who is sniveling, and he'll do a lot more despicable things if told to.
Yeah.
I think this guy would say, if I must.
Yes.
Right? So everyone's different, right? Everyone's different.
Yeah.
But I could imagine that if you were to write a scene with these two together, because, you know, why not? That Goldukat would say, "Fight me, Vorta," and he starts punching, and he just like blocks it without doing anything. He turns out he's really freaking good at martial arts, and he's like 2% energy, just and Gut's like, "What's the point of this? Oh, it's Angvekik Krav Magu, da." Yeah. And he just, you know, he's so like good at what he does, he doesn't even show it because he can't be bothered. And he just like punches Dukat in the chest like Keanu Reeves, like that. You know what I mean? Like he has that. I don't know if he's a wrestler, of course, or musician. Sorry, so it's kind of unique vibe. But yeah, I don't know him very well, of course, to do this full argument. But I feel like I gave something there.
Well, he's like a punk rocker.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
More dangerous than you think. I would say.
Yeah, I could see that.
But also very shootable.
Yeah.
That's all the water.
And I think somebody that could be manipulated to could be bribed to join your side if it benefits him.
Ooh,
I think he's got that kind of. I do think that. I think it might. It would have to be a big bribe, and he'd have to really come out on top of the situation. But I think he'd at least consider it. Yes.
And then probably shoot you for trying it. but respecting you for trying it.
Yes.
What does the
Well,
poll
we got
say?
17 votes for this one, and Goldie Cot wins with 82%.
So
So
close. But these,
well,
hey, all of them are good options, right? And if you guys have more suggestions, super chat them in thinking at 2 for the price of 1. So do submit if you want.
and don't forget we are doing a live as well later. That'll be the not so great villains. So some of these might apply to that one as well.
The failures of villains versus the goodness of villains.
Failures isn't the right word.
Well, it's like gosh, the Krenim guy. He's so not that villainous, but he's the bad guy. Because he's not really, Anyway, all right, where we go next?
Olivia Julius, $5. First Star Trek anything I watched. Star Trek 2009. So Nero. All right, Nero. Destroyed all of Vulcan just to get back at Spock. Was mad at Spock because Spock didn't save his world or his wife and child. So it's a revenge villain who manages to use Borg technology to enhance his cargo ship, gets his band of misfits or pirates essentially
Mining ship.
to
Cargo
join
mining.
him. Yes. The tattoos are because of they're mourning their families. You know, there's a whole story behind that, which is in the comics, the Countdown comics, which adds a lot of layers to him. But as he appears on screen, he's a good big screen villain. You know, villain of the
Movie.
of the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not one that he's got a single focus, and that's basically to get back at Spock. So once that's taken care of, I think he kind of just ease off and not be villainous anymore. But that being said, he could also just really enjoy what he was doing and just continue to do so. I don't know. Again, I don't think he's a huge villain, really. He's just out for revenge for his family and his planet, which justified, sure. So justified villain? Yes. Yeah.
He's just some guy.
Pretty
You know?
much.
Because he was just some random miner on a shitty ship that wanted to get involved in the whatever, in the relocation stuff. So he was planning to get blowed up, his wife died, blah blah. Well, everyone died, even though it made no sense, of course. Stole some tech to make a ship bigger, accidentally went back in time, and then was fucking dumb. Everything he did was fucking dumb. Now, in fairness, he got in prison for like 20 years, so fair enough. But a man
25 years.
Oh, sorry?
25 years.
Thank you.
But they never clarify that, which is annoying.
Just a really stupid character. But he's just a guy, right? And you could probably retcon it, say the wormhole gave him some sort of psychosis. I mean, Spock was not the same. Spock was a dumb Spock. The first job was to reset the timeline to save everybody. He let Vulcan die. 100% on his head. All he had to do was go back and undo the timeline and change it, saved everyone. So Spock, both of them are also, you could say, just broken from the time red matter bullshit. But the only benefit we can claim is that you can't tell as a famous actor because he's so less in it and is so unrecognizable that it didn't hurt his career. Because you don't, it's Eric Bana, cool. Decent actor, not in this. But you don't think of him, right? So,
yeah,
very odd, very odd. It's like getting Keanu Reeves, not quite, but like it's on high B list at the time to play a villain and only given 3 scenes. It's like, oh, cool. Or like Jamie Lee Curtis at the end of Section 31. It's like, oh, hey, babes.
Forgot she was in that. So you just said that.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't thought that film until the Red Letter Media Review camp again. I rewatched it and I was like, oh yeah, it was garbage. Forgot about that.
With 22 votes, you
Yeah.
guys think that Goldie Cut is the
Oh,
winner with 82%. And
okay.
yes, I have to agree with you on that one.
But he may come again in a future live of low quality villains.
He could be not so great villain, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
Next up, we've got Olivia
Oh,
with
running the show.
$5. The cutest of Borg. The cutest of Borg. Again, not really a villain. This is somebody that was taken against their will, forced to do these things against their will, and was more of the right hand to the Borg Queen, even though we didn't know that at the time because they didn't invent the Borg Queen yet. But not so much a villain.
You say that, but he massacred everybody.
A sad, sympathetic villain. He didn't. They just used his knowledge to do so.
I mean, he kept pressing the button with his mind. Fire, 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 fire. And have you seen his clone in Armada? Real dick.
Again, not his choice.
No, but, you know, choices are relevant. Only Zool. I mean, yeah, at best of both worlds is an iconic episode. This is an iconic villain, right? In terms of a story. He represents the we don't want to be cyborgs, literally. His absolute lack of acting emotion's amazing. You know the Picard's gone. You know whatever Locutus is doing. There's no Picard on the set. There's no, after that first tier, there ain't any Picard left. There's only Locutus. And that's horrible, right? He's a zombie with sort of a mind. And if he is Borg queening the battle, which he might be, you could argue, then the AI that is Locutus is killing everybody manually and choosing the attacks, and so a lot of death at his hand. It ain't great. It ain't very nice. But then I say all that, and then of course at the end he's a wet fish. You are Worf. You are Klingon. I am. My stump is so also zero.
I am not a threat.
Bleep 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 bleep. Oh, okay. They demasculate his manhood of his tech very quickly. So he's both an amazing threat and no threat at all at the same time.
Yeah, he's a threat for his knowledge of Starfleet and ship protocols and fleet protocols, and that's what gives the Borg the advantage in that case. So he's a tool.
But an iconic look. And boy, have they milked this like 2 times the makeup, right?
And I think it went on to be pretty cool, like him dealing with the guilt of that and people accusing him of things. So it's just Cisco being mad at him, Shaw being mad at him for having to live through what they lived through because of him, although not because of him, because again, taken against his will, forced to do this. Didn't voluntarily give up the codes to whatever, right?
Well, how
forced out of his mind.
How do you relate a anthill? We all want to look at something and be angry at it as a singular, not as a idea. You can't be angry with an idea and stay angry. So it makes sense to see the figurehead and be angry. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a more famous villain because a lot of fans name is CDS9, right? But that's not what we're going for here. Mark Lamo, I mean, the hours he was in that chair of makeup. I mean, Jesus. I mean, Patrick's probably like 30, 40 hours all in all. Mark Lamo's got to be in the 1,000. No, not 1,000, but hundreds of hours. Oh, what a lad. What a lad.
Yeah. Well, with 26 votes, you guys decided with 69% that Goldie Cut is much more. It's odd, though, because Locutus got more votes than some of these other ones we've talked about, which I think is interesting.
Yeah. I like it. Good stuff. You guys you have the power. You have the power.
You have the power. All right. Sorry, I had to. What is next? Olivia, again, $5. General Nadar, aka Commander O, Star Trek Picard Season 1.
Sunglasses lady, she's at the top. I put the relevant ones at the top.
Oh, don't do that. My view wasn't set up for that. Shit. Okay. It's fine. Commander O. I'm well aware she's the sunglass lady, but goddamn. Oh my God. Um, okay, she's infiltrated Starfleet decades ago. Would have had to get the position she's at. Knows everything about Starfleet. Would have known about this Zheng He being the most advanced ship in all of Starfleet. How to take care of it. Not much of a villain because she let everybody down at the end. Yeah, I got to give her props for infiltrating Starfleet and spending decades of her life getting to the position she's at. But I mean, she's a wealth of knowledge for the Romulans. Never seen again, never talked about again. What the hell?
And it's so sad.
Just
I
one day
like the actress a
decides,
lot. I've seen a lot of her in good stuff, and it's probably
yeah,
her worst thing she's ever and ever will do. And
oh
not because of
God.
her, right? Not because of her. It's really sad, to be honest.
Yeah, this is not even much of a talking point. I just don't have much else to say. She theoretically has a lot of information that could really undermine Starfleet, but it's never really talked about. So she shows up in her big bad ship saying, I've given up all these decades of undercover work to show you my face. And Riker comes in and ruins her day. And it's like, really? Wow, what a waste of a life. Sorry. It's not
Sorry.
well written, not well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very good example of 1.5 dimensional villain and 4-dimensional villain on screen, right? And it's such. I mean, I don't know if you agree, Stuart. I assume she's getting killed as soon as she gets back to Roman High Command because everything the
Probably.
point of her was there for just got ruined on nothing mission. At the very least she could have done, very least in that battle, was cloak a couple of ships, because I'm sure they're cloaks, try and get past blockade, and kamikaze on the you know, or drop some torpedoes. She absolutely could have got through that blockade one ship and killed the the evil people of the synths. Right? She could have done it. So she failed in every regard. Yeah, she's not very intimidating. She's underwritten. She's bad in every single tactical regard. Uh, and she's on a shitty set. Really shitty green screen set. And she will not be even remembered in the pantheon of Trek, let alone remembered for herself.
Do we remember for wearing sunglasses?
She will, for no reason whatsoever.
What was sunny out?
Girardi was fine.
She was squinting a little bit. I don't even fucking remember. I have to go back and watch.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
But with
Stuart.
with a Romulan, they're like Vulcans anatomy wise, so they have an inner eyelid to protect against the harshness of their own sun. So why does she need fucking sunglasses? That makes no sense for a character.
And it's
But
one of those things
anyway, it's
I'm
fine.
betting because that original team was so poorly managed that no one thought of it, and it blew up as a meme. It was like, was that a problem? Should not be wearing sunglasses? And there was only once I think it was Barkley wore them on the beach on holiday. That was it, basically, ever. And trip and like really extreme circumstances, not
Yeah.
the hill. No. It's like how they I'm sure didn't guess no was the catchphrase of Shaw. That just came out right. That was an organic one, for a good reason. Yeah, but still, Stuart, 12%. 12%. So two-ish people said she's a better villain.
With 24 votes. Yeah.
Okay,
Next up,
and there are better villains, right? I
you
love
got
putting random ones in, but yeah.
Ray Ricks, 5 pounds, straight up Duras. So the OG Duras, who was a complete and utter asshole. Um, but for political gains, which a lot of these are, let's be honest. But again, I wouldn't necessarily classify him as a villain.
Oh, he's a traitor,
He's an opportunistic,
dickhead.
yes. Um, yeah, doesn't hold a candle to Ducat. unfortunately. There's not much else to say about him really. Like he failed, essentially.
Well,
Was conniving.
well, okay. The thing about owls I don't know too much about. They didn't do too much with them. You know, they stabbed him in the head. The worst kind of Klingon, the most dangerous kind of Klingon, is one without honor, right?
Mm.
Because then there's nothing there that drives them except just need, and need brings ambition, blah blah, right? So the fact that you, with a Klingon, you can, you know, turn your back on them, they're not just going to shoot you. This guy will shoot your kids and then shoot you if it gets him right. There's a real underhand that would even go further than Gul Dukat. I mean, Gul Dukat goes so far, but for a lot of Gul Dukat's history, he wouldn't go to the lowest common denominator of gruesome. But this guy probably would. Do you know what I mean?
You're saying Duras is like a mobster. He'll go after your family instead of just you.
Yeah.
Whereas Goldie Cott
Was a
would
military man.
focus mainly on you and use your family as chess pieces, not necessarily
Yeah.
as...
Yeah, he wouldn't, because he has his own kid. He wouldn't. Yeah, I think that's a good. Yeah, he wouldn't kill kids. God, what a thing to say. He wouldn't kill kids like Duras would. And that is bad, right? Like I say, like think about it, guys. A Klingon without honor, he will willingly, his family willingly take help from the Romulans, knowing they will attack Kronos for enslave a lot of population. You know, they hate. There's a blood libel war for hundreds of years, right? It's horrible. Just as they're giving him power, and he must understand either he'll be a puppet or they'll kill him. But he's willing to take the risk in case he gets power. That's, you know what I mean? At least Duras had a plan. So stupid's got to be part of the evilness because he is not a smart guy. So I want to, you know, better villain. He's definitely do a lot of stuff with him. How they used him more than, you know, stabbing him. But you know what I mean?
26. Yes.
Yeah.
With 27 votes, 81% of you think Gul Dukat is the bigger villain. Which, yes, I agree. 100%. I think Duras would make a better one for the not so great villains. In my opinion.
As lots of these are.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love these options. I did prepare a lot of these because I was ready for that. Because there's some pretty good villains in Trek. All across the spectrum. There's some really, really strong ones. And it was fun to actually go back and look at some of the famous ones.
Olivia Julius, $5. Evil Picard, Confederation of Earth. He killed so many characters we love. Now, judge before good Picard took him over.
Evil Picard, yes. Confederation Picard. Disclaimer, that's obviously good Picard, but you know what I mean. I mean, a Hitler type. You know, exterminate other races, kill them for personal pleasure. World Raiser, far more dangerous than any ship in the Cassian Armada. Clearly will blow up planets, like World Raiser, right? So if you're looking at pure eugenics, massacre, destroy, he's far worse. I don't think Gul Dukat would bomb a planet to destroy it, because he wouldn't think that way. So in terms of, I think in terms of murderer, you've got to give Evil Picard a huge step up. And he'd also stab you, as Dukat would. So conceptually, he might win for pure power, attitude, evilness, lack of morals, evil universe.
I think you might want to fix your poll. Which is a better villain, yes or Picard? It's supposed to be Gul Dukat, obviously. I think people know that. But
sure, fuck.
You know, if you voted, if one of the 14 have voted, he's going to redo that, so it's not as yeah. Yeah, I mean, Confederation Picard, you got to think exactly destroying worlds, planets. We saw his pantheon of people that he's killed, including the Grand Nagus, you know, Gul Dukat.
Yeah, one of them was Gul Dukat, yeah.
Actually slayed Gul Dukat, which is here. So yeah, make sure that you take that into consideration when you vote, guys. He keeps fucking like trophies, skulls of his victims. Like that's next level demented.
I don't think Dukat would keep skulls.
Maybe one or two.
Well, okay,
not as many
as
Dukat,
maybe.
I think there'd be one or two skulls that Gul Dukat would want to hold on to, but he wouldn't keep as many as Confederation Picard did.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's definitely more brutal, more sadistic. Yeah, I do consider this guys because it's not just the screen time we have, right? It's what they've done, what they're capable of, what they're able to do. You know, it is a Picard with everything wrong with him, but he's fully consenting. There's nothing like Locutus. There's no. This is 100% is who he is. Yeah, it's a world without morals. You know, it ain't great. It ain't great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But let's
yeah.
21
As ever,
votes.
it's you guys' choice.
Gil Dukat, 62%. That's closer than some of the other ones, so
Okay.
that's good at least.
Okay. Can we dethrone and find a new goat?
There might be a few other ones that
Oh,
could
there's
dethrone
definitely
the
a
Gil
few.
Dukat.
And I appreciate not necessarily going for all of them. But I kind of wish we hadn't had such a strong one at the start. Literally the first one.
Yes, yeah.
But
All right.
you guys be the boss. And it's fun to compare. Like, I'm enjoying just the experience of discussing between. All right, next.
Kevin Scott, 76, $5. Agamus from Star Trek Lower Decks, season 2, episode 7. And then he came back in season and 4. He would destroy everyone and everyone to rule. Um sentient AI. Seems kind of, all I see him as the nice guy from the end of his journey, essentially. He doesn't ever give off like super evil vibes to me. I get it that he is, but I mean, look at that face. How can that be evil? Look at that. The eye and little smiley face. He's doing this. It's great. He's not evil at all. As far as AIs go, he's pretty evil. Um,
But as you argued
yeah,
previously, he's also born that way, right? As in, is that not his
built
program
that way.
potentially?
Sure.
Potentially, right?
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, it's tricky. He wants power. He got power. We saw him after, what was it, like 2 days of another planet. He subjugated it. Which also means that Gul Dukat doesn't just have the power to subjugate a planet in 2 days, not even close. This guy does. He has the power behind his rhetoric of controlling Lord. So he's far more dangerous than Dukat. Most of us, of course, his little flying bolts of death. But clearly he achieved his goal. So he can take over a planet. Okay, low-grade planet, but still, he can. Gul Dukat can't. Not in the way. Does he care about people? No. Does he want power? Yes. Is he lonely? Yes. Uh, does he have a shield? Can you not shoot him? I don't know. Don't remember. Don't remember.
Tim Rose says, "What was Combs' character in DS9?" Well, there was many, but I think you mean Wayoon.
Yeah, he's our first Jeffrey Combs. Good man. Good
Yeah,
man.
we could just do a live talking about the best Jeffrey Combs characters, where you guys get to vote, because I'm sure we'd have enough for 2 hours. Probably
He's
not.
done a couple, and they're all different. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
He's more dangerous,
sure, yeah,
but that's because he can do more
but nobody's
things.
gonna vote for him. Nobody's gonna say that he's more evil than Gul Dukat.
Well, it's not evil
That's the
though.
problem.
It's all of it to get the best villain, right? It's like
Yes.
Khan is way less dangerous. Right, Montalban from space is way less dangerous than Gul Dukat, but he could be a better villain, right? Again, there's so
Yeah.
many, and we're not deciding, right? I said, you and me, Stuart, we're just here to chat. They decide. Because they're voting with their gut, their hearts, and their evil devil on the shoulder.
Hmm. And they have voted.
Closer.
With 23 votes. Yeah, this is close. Gul Dukat, 65%.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. Good showing for lower decks.
Yes, never forget few good lower decks villains. Let's be honest.
I mean, Peanut Hamper might win.
Oh, fucking peanut. All right. Olivia Julius, $5. Michael Eddington. Not a villain. I mean, just downright not a villain. Was a villain for Cisco, I guess. The only reason Cisco was so pissed was because Cisco bought into it and kind of believed him and trusted him. So he was mad at himself more than anything. Eddington's not a villain. He's doing what he thinks is right for the Maquis. Um, and so from Starfleet's perspective, sure, he's villainous. But as an actual villain, I think well played. The fact that they kind of wove him in earlier and kind of maintained it. And, you kind of got to like the guy, or at least tolerate him, his presence. Gotta love him because he's Canadian. He's got a lucky loony. What can I say? That's important. Um, but yeah, he was just a foil for Cisco, but not villainous. I think if you want to get into the weeds on that one, I think Cisco might be considered more of a villain because he was going to take out a planet and make it uninhabitable for at least 50 years or something like that. So, not a villain, but good call for that one because it's one that I never would have suggested for this list. So thank you, Olivia. That is good.
Yeah, he's an antagonist, no debate for the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's as much a villain as Kira would have been had you seen her 2 years earlier, but
Yeah.
with maybe more of a commanding presence. He does bad things to us. He attacks the station, la la la. But he doesn't go around killing people. But he does go around doing things that aren't great for us. But I mean, he is in a sense, like the Mirror Universe, easier for a civilized guy to live in bad world. He's a guy who actually has morals that are more able to be twisted by people suffering, and therefore do what has to be done to save them. Whereas most Federation people, why they're not helping Marquis, because their morals dictate they don't need to for various reasons. This guy is able to be changed in a way that lets him do bad things to us, to them. Right, so he's a different sort of personality to do that, but loyalty's the thing, right? That's why there's a famous thought experiment of would you rat on your own brother if they killed somebody, and then the joke answer is people tend to give his I'd help them hide the body. I'd have I'll hold his legs. That's the common response to that. But yeah, it's he's an annoying character. I'll give him that, but that's because he's trying to be. He's annoying to the people of the show. But it would have been very, very interesting actually if you could backdate DS9, just like Inter Darkly was a standalone, have a standalone Marquis Eddington led episode in DS9. Like just take one episode out and replace it with a Marquis tile sequence, him with a ship, and just from their perspective as the heroes. That'd be really interesting, right? What do you think?
It would be interesting, but I'm not a big fan of the underdog kind of story like that. I mean, I guess that's what Star Wars is the underdogs, the rebellion, right? But
Yeah.
um, I just don't like the Maquis. I
Yeah,
find them myself. I myself find them annoying.
Yeah. But you know
Just
what I mean?
Fucking move.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I do.
But not interesting.
I do.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. Yeah. What are you guys saying? 20. See, he would win. He would overthrow anybody in the next live that we do about villains, the not so villainous villains. He would be like, yeah, he's not so villainous. He's kind of, you know. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but if you had an antagonist live, we can't be villains. The amount of annoying he is, he'd be quite high.
He'd be up there, yeah.
That'd be that'd be a line where he keeps saying, "Sorry guys, he's a villain, not antagonist." That'd be a constant thing. Like Suter, he's like an antagonist, not a villain, sort of. Sometimes, really, that'd be a difficult one. But there you go, guys. 28 votes. You guys have voted. That is a slam dunk. Sorry, Michael. Goal has it.
86%.
I know his name's cut, but
Yes, sir. All right. What is next? Fat produce, $2. The whale probe that wasn't a malicious baddie. Well, that's a ship or a probe, and it's only $2. We need a $5 to get on the board, unfortunately.
Or
So
250 on PayPal. But fair to say, well, probably not win. Also not a
yes,
person, so.
but good to see you, Fat Produce. I
Yeah.
happened to pop on one of his lives yesterday or the day before. So Marco,
I'd
five
still have to see
dollars.
inside that ship and see who's piloting it. Although I don't think I ever possibly, live my
Yeah,
expectations, but that's okay.
Marco, $5. Female changeling. Assume you mean this one and not Vatic.
Now, this one, you guys very have a right to vote for because she is properly bad and properly dick. So this one might win. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There are very few Verns who are like, ooh. And she's one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she absolutely doesn't give a shit about any of the solids. Even the alliances she has, she doesn't really care about them. Turn on them in a second to get what she wants for her people. Um, she makes Goldicott look good by comparison. Let's be honest.
Which says
They
something.
are they are kind of the same in a lot of respects. Like when the Cardassians were in charge of Bajor and had the camps. The way that Gul Dukat treated the Bajorans is very much the way she's looking at pretty much everybody in the Alpha Quadrant. So it's quite interesting that they actually formed a little bit of an alliance, and you can feel the tension the entire time. She doesn't give a shit. She really doesn't, and it takes a lot for her to get flustered, and it just yeah, she's very much got a purpose and a plan, and she's sticking to it. She's absolutely worse than Dukat, in my opinion. So there you go.
Because unlike the Borg Queen, she has total personalness. But she's also
And she's
very.
got
Yeah.
she's got a bit of the Kai Wynn like
Yeah.
niceness to her. Like be nice to get on your good side, just to yeah, kind of disarm you a little bit.
Well, if you work for her, she won't murder you, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment she can give you, will not kill you. But no, she doesn't have the same moral platform that life does, because we're barely life. And in fact, they are more evolved than us. In fairness, not going to take away from them, right? They can be birds, they can be rocks, they can be people. Fair enough, right? Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also kind of like the Borg Queen in that she's also she's an entity within an entity. But the fact that we, as the audience, get a true sense that she's also special, that she's spent more time out the collective of the Great Link, that she's formed more opinions, and there's a personality that goes beyond the Great Linkness, that in theory they're all kind of the same but not. No, she has formed her own bubble of brain cells, and they are staying with her, and she will burn your world to the ashes because you know what, you smell. Do I have a nose? No, but you still smell. Yeah, she's real mean. She's real mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call, Marco, for bringing that one up.
Yeah, she's real mean. Yeah, I
And
think.
she's winning.
Yeah, I
With
think her votes.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 25 votes, she dethrones Gul Dukat with 56%.
Cool. More
You guys
debates to
have
be had now.
spoken.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
It's going to be hard though to find somebody that can top her.
Well, that's your job, guys. That's your job. Fun stuff. Love it. But good. That was close.
All right. Next up, we've got log to the base 2 pounds. Harry Mudd. Well, which one do you mean? There are two.
Always go with the
One
first.
from
We tend to go.
Discovery. Well, chronologically, that would be
No, canonically.
okay. But it's only 2 pounds, so are we gonna?
She wins.
Okay.
Yes, Trish. We're going to say firm on that. But put 250 on paper and you got it.
Yeah. All right, Marco, $5. Khan.
Ah,
So that would be this Wrath of Khan, not Space Seed Khan.
sure, I can get behind that.
And yes, another personal vendetta type vibe. Now again, if everything had gone well on SETI Alpha 5, he would have been fine. If you listen to the audio drama, he just wanted to live in peace, basically. Because
Well,
that didn't go quite right.
well, he's a king. If you give a king a kingdom, he won't go on a tirade. He just wants to rule
Mhm.
over innocent people and use them as he wants, peacefully.
What is up with the whole Khan is spelt way wrong, Space Seed spelt wrong, and it's not the Khan from Space Seed, it's the Khan from Wrath of Khan.
Man, I do these things very quickly. I'm trying. I'm trying to find the next two. Ah,
Anyway, genetically augmented Superman, greater intelligence, greater strength, greater everything, ambition, um, and felt that he was done dirty, even though that wasn't Kirk's intention. Just the fact that they didn't come and check on him, um, he holds a bit of a grudge for that, and rightfully so, I think. I think it would be behooving of Starfleet to go at least check on the
that's
situation.
the bloody Cerritos we need it. Second contact.
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you could, of course, you'd have to issue warnings to know that they're going up against Khan and his genetically augmented Supermen when they beam down, so they don't get their ship commandeered by these people. But yes, um, again, way personal vendetta. As long as Kirk's in his sights, anybody around Kirk is fair game. And as Kirk even says, like a poor marksman, you keep missing the target. You're after me, Khan. You're gonna have to come down here. Um, so a very interesting dynamic between Khan and Kirk, but I think Khan, in the grand scheme of things, if you ignore the eugenics wars, which with this one, I don't know if you should, but
Quite a big part of his
he
life, in
was,
fairness. But
yeah, but he was ready to settle down, just do the planet thing, fine, have a white picket fence and a white picket, you know, castle. Um,
only 5 or 6 women slaves and 4 or 5 man
yeah,
slaves. Yeah.
yeah. Marlon McGivers is his wife, yeah.
I mean, he
No,
lost his wife, right? You're allowed to be pissed,
yeah,
right?
yeah, he
He's
did.
very sympathetic, and he was 100% responsible for his entire crew. So
Yes, but then he goes on to kill every one of his people that he was taking care of, essentially, as a result of his vendetta.
well, yes. That's called, that's the
So,
bloodlust. That's the red haze. One thing, as this character, he's understandable. Why does he skin the people regular want?
to get information out of them, to torture
But
them.
why does he skin them? Because that's a brutality that goes beyond. There are other ways of doing that. You don't have to skin them alive until they die. So that's brutal beyond need.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that's obviously his order. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing it a little bit because he's that sort of hands-on guy. That's where it becomes absurdly like gruesome, as a point on his side, right?
Yeah.
But he's stronger than you. He's smarter than you. He's got amazing pecs, great dress sense. Uh, he's quite old for this part, so you should feel annoyed at him because of how good a shape he was in. Um, and obviously, my fan film, Prodigy Reckoning, he ruled the Federation for a bit, or the Imperial Khan Empire, which is great. It's great. It's a good time.
Yeah. I,
Fun
I
storyline.
mean, as far as Star Trek storylines go, it was a very long lasting one because it led from the TOS era to the motion picture era. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of. I don't think he should beat the Changeling. That's what I'm saying. Um, but apparently he is beating the Changeling. My goodness.
Well, that's the thing. If you go into meta conversations without lore, he's the most famous Trek villain of all time and will always be the most famous villain of all Trek
Yes.
time. Changeling, not even 1% of his fame in any sense, right? And if he's in DS9, she's not even in it for 4 seasons, right? So fame, no. But we're not putting the metrics on, right? We're letting them decide. This would be a debate. But he's, the film changing will be forgotten and Khan will still be remembered, as silly as that sounds, but that's how zeitgeisty.
Yeah.
It does help he's very famous anyway, right? He's also a very famous actor who has, especially at the time, harder now. Who's watching Fantasy Island now, right? Of the young. So his star is getting less and less bright as time goes on. But this is and Golden Gun are iconic performances. That another nipple. Another nipple. Yeah.
Well, with 25 votes, Khan
There you
Star
go.
Trek 2 wins with 58%.
There you go.
So female changing did not last long on the board.
Ducat kept stabbing people in the back, and Khan walked in and just did some things. All right, can we beat Khan?
Let's see. All right, Olivia Julius, $5. Prodigy are the diviner. The diviner.
Nice to be represented. Should be on the right. I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
I can jump on this one if you want.
Go for it.
Yeah, Val the cat from a peaceful world, just hanging out with some base mental powers to control matter a little bit. Then Starfleet came along, created a civil war that destroyed their entire planet. He then helped coalesce who was left to use a temporal weapon to go back in time and save his people and all his future people by killing the Federation. So he's a fully selfless villain and sacrifices his own life because he knows he'll either die or be so old he can't do it, and he does 20 or so years of age in the process. So he's a very selfless villain, and he's not brutal. I mean, he's slave laboring, but he's not brutal. And got an exosuit. He's the fact that we can sympathize with young him so much showed he wasn't as brutal. He was literally a stargazer turned supervillain, thanks to a robot and a bad timeline. So interesting villain who was just a guy. Right? Was just a guy.
Yep. And the villainess very quickly got shut off when we see him in season 2. He matter of circumstance, unfortunately. Overall, though, everything you said was pretty much spot on.
But he will kill 100,000 people to save his planet. I don't think there's a number low enough, right? He will massacre the Federation to save his people. So that is would Khan massacre a civilization? Probably not.
Probably.
See, I think he'd want to rule them more than massacre them all. I think he'd think on that regard. There's a line there, but he just wants to kill them all because they're already dead to him. They're of an earlier time.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to Film Changeling, more so anyway. I don't think he's gonna win, but I'm just saying. And hands up, who hasn't seen Prodigy? I have, but if you haven't seen Prodigy, you don't know who he is. Let us know if you haven't seen him because he's a good villain, but because he's a deep villain. If you watch both seasons.
And if you haven't seen Prodigy, what have you been doing with your time? You're not really a Star Trek fan now. It's a fantastic show. Just saying.
But 21 votes, 90% say Khan. So thank you to the 2 people who said Diviner. But yes, fair enough. Next.
Okay, next up we've got... I gotta get him out of there. Next up, we've got Ray Ricks with £5 who says Lore. Mr. Data's brother, Lore.
Evil Data. Also a Superman of sorts. Have you got him?
Mm-hmm.
Should already be there.
No, there's no image.
Oh, I did get an image.
I will grab one.
I did. Yeah, if you want to grab him, I'll talk on. Yeah, Law.
Yeah.
A very Khan-like figure. He is a super soldier. He's well, Superman with a greater intellect, but unlike Khan, he actually is better and he can do even more things. He can breathe out space. He can punch people through walls. He will live forever. His hair does grow. He is both a flotation device and not, depending on the situation, as is Data. He is clever, but also really freaking stupid. But that's Descent's fault, making him really stupid.
Yeah.
And he keeps trusting the crystal entity for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of an evil android that can rip your goddamn arms off is pretty terrifying. I think Brett plays it very well with his mannerisms. Although the more you see lore, the more you kind of just not afraid of lore. It's kind of falls into the same problem as the Borg for me. Um, I understand he's not completely evil, really. He's yeah. Um, oh man. What you said about him being able to like live in space essentially, and it's a hard one to take to kill. Um, and yet not because he's an android, just disassemble him. It's pretty easy. I also find it interesting that he was the first one, and Data was built to kind of fix all the problems with lore. Um, which has that older brother kind of jealous of the younger brother vibe. I love that. It's again another tale as old as time as far as a jealous and envious brother. Um, Overall, though, I mean, could have and should have probably been more of a problem for the crew. I did like that he turned up as often as he did. Yeah, like you said, his last appearance was not stellar by any stretch of the imagination. Um, yeah, I don't think he beats Khan at all.
Is he more
Yeah.
dangerous than Khan on a simple one-on-one linear basis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Khan's got a stitch of humanity that makes it so that
Mmm.
he can be
I
more
like that.
empathetic than Lore would be ever because Lore doesn't understand what it means to be human.
I like that.
And while
Yeah.
Khan is a Superman and hence better than us, he still understands and has a level of empathy that Lore would never have. So, yes.
I think the word you're looking for is mercy.
Uh, no,
He
I can't see Khan being merciful. I can see him being empathetic, though.
see. I feel like he was merciful in that. It might not sound merciful in how you express it, but when MacGyver's is in the scene, like he's mercifully allowing her to work for him. He's letting her into his inner sanctum of logic and thought, and you know what I mean. There's an expression of "I'll let you be one of us," which is a mercy thing. So that means he could do more for more people. I mean, um, he went to his fallen comrade in Rathakan, Yahim,
Joaquin.
Wahim, yeah, and he like is sad for him. There's humanity there. So in that, I'm taking mercy as that regard. He can choose not to kill, but Law like, yeah, okay, he might not, but it's not for mercy. It's just for whatever. Because Law's too human, but knows he's better. You know, it's yeah, I would still take on because he's more interesting. But one on one, this guy's a brutal, fu kind of guy. He will have a bad day if you saw Law. Real bad day.
Now, interestingly enough, with 29 votes, this one's really close. Khan wins with 52%.
Oof. Okay. Super soldiers fight, and he's in with a chance. All right. I like these two. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Indeed. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up, we got Benjamin Stone, £5.
Thanks so
Kivas
much.
Fajo from The Most Toys, just for his smugness and disdain for his own crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spoiled little rich kid, essentially. Um, Yeah, smugness is a fantastic word. He definitely doesn't care about anybody else as long as he gets what he wants. And yeah, treating his own crew the way he did is absolutely unforgivable. So yeah, he's just a spoiled little brat essentially, with a lot of money and a lot of power as a result. So deserved everything that happened to him, but not really. Well, I say not really a villain, but he is for sure. Because if he wants something, he will do whatever it takes to get that thing, um, including hurting people that he has known for a while that the other person might care about. Yeah, it's pretty evil. He just doesn't have any kind of got a bit of a psychotic personality. He doesn't really empathize with people. That's
Well,
another thing.
because I love that episode as a character. He's absolutely fantastic, super super great, right? But the fact that his only weapon of choice is the most painful phaser disruptor ever designed. So bad it was illegal. It's that bad, right? And that and you could argue, fair, in the episode, he bought it as a big stick to never use. Because if you see him, you know he's got the worst phase ever, you might not fight him, right? Fair. But he uses it several times. I think twice, but he will use it. That's the line of like he will actively go beyond the shooting you and killing you. He will make your dying body feel the worst pain ever for the remainder of his existence. That is so unbelievably consciously gruesome. I don't even think Khan would do that. It's inefficient. It's wasteful, right?
Mhm.
Why? I don't know. Khan seems better than that, right? Because Khan is a ruler
Interesting.
at the
Yeah.
end of the day. This guy's a sociopath. Khan maybe is, but he's
Yeah.
not. It's not the same category. Yeah, it's such a thing to have it, you know. Which I like. Data used it. Yeah, Data used it, and he also doesn't have the same moral compass or the same ethical framework because he's not a person, sort
Yeah.
of. But that was,
Well, Marco
you know,
Marco says you should fear a good villain. I think this guy is just annoying. I disagree. This is somebody that you should be afraid of. Um, Especially if you were in the standing between him and something that he really wants. You know? And he is
fear a
annoying,
good
but
villain. But you know he'll kill you. You know he'll kill your friends. You know he'll kill your family. You know he'll make you naked and stupid and like you have a lack of agency with him. You know, you're not a person with him. You're a thing. I know Dave's a thing, fine, but like more so than a person. But yeah, there's an otherness to his energy that is pretty unique. I mean, obviously it's the whole point of the story, right? Yeah, he's pretty bad. Evil, maybe not, but pretty bad. But yeah, I think the gun allegory is strong enough to give him a strong case of being just a really bad person.
Area 51 says Khan might have more of a moral code. Yeah, exactly.
And did we think we were going to say that? Probably not. But these are really unique parallels, right?
All right. With 20 votes, you guys think Khan is a better villain with 60%. So that's
I mean, that's
better.
pretty good for Farjo. Got to give him credit, right?
Hmm.
I think if you asked that without this debate vacuum, he would not even be there. So yeah, good job. We did ourselves good here. Uh, brilliant, brilliant.
All right. Richard Lau, £5. Lower decks USS Alito. Oh, the Texas class ship. It's AI. Um,
Your thoughts while I just get my crashed thing.
uh, I don't know. I don't. This is no contest, really. Um, it's this thing up against lore would have been a better contest, I guess, because they're both basically AI. Uh, I don't remember specifically what it did. It just killed a bunch of people, but I mean, so did they? Are they all the Texas class ships? This was I don't know. It's not a person, so it doesn't understand anything about life, and it will do exactly what it needs to survive, which is to kill anything, any planet, whatever. So it's pretty cold-hearted, but or no-hearted, as the case may be here. But it's no contest. I think Khan is gonna win this one hands down. So yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at ability set, then of course a starship with a quick fire quantum launcher or whatever it had is pretty dangerous. I mean, Khan has nothing on this. But I say again, this, right? As we saw, it's various M5 style computers together. It's a tactical AI machine. It's not sentient. We never really got. Not that you need the phrase where you're adding human traits. You don't need that for villains or for AI to be Blair. But there's not even any moments of it with that really. It's just it's like a Terminator, right? It's just, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot you all. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not sure it's gonna win, but hey, thanks for playing and showing up. Because it's good to see, unusual things in play. Unless you think strongly, guys, and of course vote how you want. It's up to you guys.
Well, this one's only got 12 votes. People aren't as passionate about this one. But one person voted for the Alito. So Khan's got 92%. Yep.
Things might turn around, you never know.
Well, we're going to end the poll because
there's
no way the Alito's going to beat Khan. So it's 16 votes now, 94% say Khan. I never, ever would have thought to add the Alito to this discussion.
Hence, thanks for doing so.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, I tell you what. All right. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. Essentia from Prodigy. Much more evil than her father, the diviner.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She takes it to the next level, I think. She again very dedicated, joined Starfleet to infiltrate and to and then even once okay. Yeah, she's more evil than her father. I'm just gonna say that. I don't want to get too much into the weeds on it. She's much more evil than her father because she does drill down on it, and her father actually, we see his past self, who wasn't actually evil. This one's got more of a stake, I guess, in the situation. Yeah, I'm just gonna say she's more evil than her father, but not more evil than Khan.
What's an example of bred evilness? She was a kid, saw the world burn. She was taught from a young age. The dad chose evil, chose villainy. She was shown it, birthed in it, as in like evolved in it, became a teenager, filled with the mission.
Okay, Bane.
Thank you. Yeah. So every part of her existence is, of course, I'll kill 2 billion people, save my people. But the fact that she has a glee to it, that's what makes her more evil, right? Vindicator, which is the diviner, wouldn't if he didn't have to. She's okay with it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. A lot of glee.
Yes.
Yeah. And she did turn on the weapon. He never did. I don't think for a second they'd play the moment of, can he do it? But she did do it. She did do it. So, just saying.
Yeah.
But again, if you have not seen Prodigy, maybe
how are we going to address Sussy Guru's latest super chat of €5?
I mean,
I nominate Galdecott.
It's a unique pairing. Whoever wins.
Can we bring him back in?
Absolutely. Didn't fight
Well, we got a few
Khan.
to go before that, but
Uh-huh.
he was leading the board for like half this live. So,
Right? These are unique pairings. It's up to the fans each time.
all right. Well, Khan wins with 20 votes and 90%. So,
Okay.
bye, Essentia.
We hardly knew ya.
Wah, wah. All right. Ray Ricks, 5 pounds. Gull der heel. Gull der heel.
Really bad guy from season 1 who wasn't really him.
Oh yeah.
The actual him.
Yep.
Is
Psychotic
that not download again?
Nazi, basically.
I know it's not his face, but it's what we've got.
Yeah, this guy's a sympathetic character. But the guy he was pretending to be, yeah, absolutely vile. And I think very similar to Khan in a lot of regards. I think Khan was doing the same kind of stuff during the eugenics wars. So, yep, that's all I got. The real gold. That's right. So go out in the poll, guys. I don't have much to say about this. So, yeah.
Well, yes, it's a butcher versus a butcher/king. Right? What's worse?
Butcher, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he went to excessive. From what we hear, just excessive. I can recall, I haven't seen him so long time, but more that the Bajorans are less than nothing. So of course he can kill them. I mean, if you don't make them do, if you don't make them subvert and follow instructions, then it's real bad for us. So therefore, you must. Obviously. So well, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a Khan, like I say, Khan has more morals, and he came from a humanistic point of view. Is that better or worse? But hey, like you said, maybe he has a few more morals than a Cardassian, because Cardassians were taught some even more nasty things.
Yeah, their whole society's like that.
Which is why that's really interesting Chain of Command. It's like, yep, they are taught that everyone else isn't really as good as them, and blah blah and blah blah. It's like, oh, nice as that. No, it is not. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, sir.
But what do the people say,
with 17 votes. Well, 17 votes. So 67 or sorry, 18 votes now. 72%. Oh my God. Stay Khan is still the winner.
Okay.
Which I don't know if I necessarily agree with on that one, but it's fine.
He's a hard character to relate to. We didn't literally never saw him. Just the story of him. But yeah, he's definitely a sadist. And as Monty Python would say, a very naughty boy. Yes.
All right. Next up we got Richard Lau, 5 pounds. Prodigy crew selfishly flying around the galaxy with a weapon to destroy the Federation when they should have destroyed the ship. LOL. There's the Prodigy crew and the ship in question right there. So are they more evil or a better villain? Worse villain, better villain than Khan? You guys decide. Yes, they should have probably just destroyed the ship, but at the same time, they needed the ship, but not really. This is not a contest, guys.
Well, and also, as they say in the season, if they don't go into Federation space, then it won't activate.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's but of course, that didn't help. It didn't help and stop them from killing thousands of people in a battle. And had they done anything to stop it, they would have saved those people. So, but also the kids. Are kids evil? Like properly kids? Like girls? Like what? Like 12 or something? He's pre-teen. Yeah. He's very early teen, or the lady's a bit old, but they're all teen or lower.
Yes.
Yeah, their negligence and stupidity and not seeing the forest of the trees. Although also, you could argue in good faith that keeping the ship intact and bringing it to Federation warns them. Destroying it doesn't help. Like, you know what I mean? The Starfleet could learn. And as we said, all they'd need to do is have a civilian ship to find them, and then,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
14 votes. Khan still wins with 79%. All right, you got more votes than I anticipated.
I mean, yeah, if you guys put arguments, and this is definitely, I think, part 2, perhaps. This is definitely part 2. There's so many other good ones on this chart that are great that could be mentioned. A lot of good ones there.
Yes, but we are winding down. Got a few more minutes here, so it's a shorter one today, guys.
Yeah, and on Sussy Gurus, so no more, but ending there is a you know.
Well,
yeah.
Sussy Guru. Oh, wait a minute. No, Benjamin Stone, 5 pounds. How about doing a worst villain video? Can anyone beat God from Star Trek 5? The worst villains, yes. We'll be doing that. And yes, God from Star Trek 5 should be on the list. Not so great villain.
Not so great villain. Come on, you save.
And Sussy Guru 2005 euros. I nominate Goldicott. Dun dun dun. He's back. So evil he decided to come back.
Oh, you're not going to do God then as a possible. Oh, right, that's a silly one.
Oh, we can, I guess. But he said, how about a worst villain video?
I assume meant. Wow.
Okay, whatever. Bring God in. God's not going to win.
What does God need with a worst of
All
table?
Right, Ray, that's the last one. Ray's is the last one after Sussy Gurus.
How did I break it?
So God, a powerful being that's just trapped in the center of the galaxy that wants to get off the planet, has no other way to do so. So manipulates someone to bring a ship, because God does in fact need a starship to get off this planet. And yeah, just a lonely, powerful being that you could imagine was probably locked up here for a specific reason, so they wouldn't get loose, and can take on any form. Pretty terrifying, but probably low on power, because I think it could have done more if it was powered up, maybe. Pretty powerful, but it seems pretty limited as well, because it can't do anything without a starship and the ability to get off the planet. Which, to be fair, neither could Khan. But the Reliant showed up and facilitated that. So, I mean, God from Star Trek 5 is very much like Khan. If he had got hold of the Enterprise, he would have gone after somebody, I'm sure. Not much of a contest, in my opinion.
Oh, man. Would it help if there's rock creatures? Will that make him more evil? No, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a dick. But who is to say if out of his prison he would have done chaos? Right? He can't even know. Because, yeah, he just talked to a guy long distance called and got him there. And he did not kill Spock after he lightened him. Chose not to. Same with Kirk. So either chose or couldn't. Neither makes him particularly ridiculous. Yeah. Not that a strong good villain, but cool though. Cool though.
Right. So let's see what you guys are saying. 17 votes. 76%. Khan is still winning. So, Mr. God, you can get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. All right, next up we got Goldicott. Sussy Girl nominates Goldicott. Now, is Goldicott going to win against Khan? Didn't Khan dethrone? No, the female changeling dethroned Goldicott.
Yes.
Khan
overthrowed
the female changeling. So who's going to win this one? Who's more evil, Goldicott or Khan?
Well, no, not who's more evil. Who's a better villain?
Sure.
Because that otherwise God might more evil need these two, right? We don't know. Better villain, guys. Goldicott won a lot of them. Then Khan won quite a few. Villain Treasury won 2. Final vote on these 2 titans of winning. If you guys have been around here the entire live, then you have voted on these 2 people before. Now the titans smash up against each other, and you will give us the final vote. The best of the worst, worst of the best. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You know?
Sunday, Sunday. Yeah, I mean, both evil in their own regard. I think Goldicott is probably more evil than Khan. But I'm sure if Goldicott had genetic augmentation, he'd have definitely had more fun with the Bajorans and also the other Cardassians. I think he would have definitely had superior ambition. And he already did without having the augments. So, yeah, if he was stronger, he'd be dangerous.
When also we talked about in previous ones, Khan was born that way. Goldicott chose to be that way through upbringing. But also, Khan wasn't upbrung to be evil. He chose to be what he was, right? So they each have their own unique flair. Because if you live in Nazi Germany, are you as evil as someone who chooses to be a Nazi who wasn't born in Nazi Germany? Well, Goldicott's born in a terrible place. But Khan is predisposed to have ambition, or at least, the potential, and he's already the strong as the strong. Up to you guys, right?
Well, 20 votes.
Oh.
Goldicott wins with 75%.
Whoa.
So Khan gets dethroned by Goldicott, who was in the lead for most of this live. Goldicott has retaken his position.
Yeah, I would not have put money on he was the best villain because I don't love him that much. Like, he's great, but I prefer the villains personally. But that's just interest's sake. Makes these a bit all over the place, right? And he's embarrassing as a Bajoran at the end,
I think the next one is the best one, and we can all agree.
Oh,
Ray Ricks throws in £5 and says Alex Kurtzman. Here he is with his mugshot.
Oh, mine's more sarcastic though. Both faces, Stuart. Look at him, 2 different faces of smugness. He just has a smug face.
I was going to pick that one, but yeah. All right,
so
Alex
smug.
Kurtzman. Yeah, very punchable face. That's funny. Those are 2 different times. Exact same pose, exact same mouth position, exact same facial hair. His hair is a little different, and his glasses,
Well, no, in fairness, in the right, he's slightly more puckered and up, and his eyes are happier. In the left, he's neutral. He's also doing more expression on this bit, which brings it up. So he's trying to be...
But it's still remarkably similar, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's like your pose. You always do too, but
yeah. But it's amazing, like I say, how much personality he puts in the right one. As if he's just happy to get paid 10 million a year to make shows that aren't great. Because he must be on a multi-million salary a year. If he's getting more each year, he might be on 20, 30 million a year now. If he's also production head of a company, I mean, he might be on 50, 60 million a year, right? He might be getting... Imagine he's getting the entire season budget of Stranger Worlds just to be the producer. Fairly up in Hollywood, right? But in fairness, Goldicott's more of a murderer, more of a brutalist. Everything about Ducott is worse than Alex Kurtzman.
He murdered Cannon. He murdered an entire legacy. Come on.
I mean, Brian Fuller started that. He just took the baton and ran with it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
What
Final bout, guys. Goldicott, the unapologetically best villain in Trek, I guess, versus Alex Kurtzman. Up to you to vote on the final.
Yeah, with 23 votes, Alex Kurtzman wins with 65%. Perfect. I don't disagree.
Goodness. All right, Stuart, we've crowned the best, worst, the best. Oh, in fairness, best of the worst team. Red Lemony also agree with us, probably.
Yeah.
What do you do next week, Stuart?
I don't know. 2 more lives, Wednesday and Thursday.
Excellent. Tune in then.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't want to do the one you think that we're going to do next.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
But yeah, tune in tomorrow and Thursday, and we'll be having more of these where you guys get to pick, and you get to judge. You get to be judge, jury, and executioner, I guess. And you also commit the crime by suggesting the person. So you're doing all of it.
I can't stand to see his face anymore. I'm going to replace it with Khan. Thumbnail.
Oh yeah, please spare us all. So yes, join us, and we'll see you then. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye, guys.